Welcome to another video. Today we're going to take a look at United Airlines. I'm going to see, is the stock ready to pop, bounce, and continue moving to the upside. So stay tuned. Keep in mind, none of these are recommendations to buy, sell, or trade anything. It's just my personal analysis on the stock. All right, let's kick things off. We're going to look at UAL right here. So you can see there's a handful of different support, resistance, technical lines. And as always, we have to go in and take a look at some major, bigger picture perspective. So as we look at just overall the stock performance and how it's been doing, it's been climbing up since 2011, 2012. We did have this nasty dip in 2019, 2022. So otherwise, stock's been doing well, right? But now recently, boom, times have changed, you could say. And now that's becoming a huge issue and problem. So as we look into this stock, you can see we've got some resistance right here, right at around $100 level, man. Think about that for an airline. So this stock is cut nearly in half. So we've pulled back quite a bit by about 57%. If you take a look at just UAL stock here on Google, you can see the last day or two or so, it's trying to pop. If you look at the 6-month time frame, we're kind of trending down year to date. So here we are. We're kind of going from here and just moving on the downward trend. So now the question is should we start buying or nibbling around this level? Because you can see we're kind of coming into this support zone or level right around that 40. It's starting to stabilize a little bit. And this is what we're kind of seeing or looking at it from the charts. So if we look at more into the weekly time frame, what you're seeing is if you go in and you go into this 40, look at this 40, we're hitting a resistance here, support here in February. Then we're also looking at now this last recent level where we're building some support, and the stock is starting to pop a little bit more, especially today, up about 6%, 2.65. So what I'm saying is that we're starting to build a little bit of a base here. Yes, it's not at the lowest possible point in the world, but it is starting to build somewhat of a base. Now, I will say you got some issues around the 60. That's going to be a little bit of a problematic area, and right around that 51, 52 level, you've got some levels. After that, if this starts building a base and starts moving, this could be one to take a look at. Here's kind of the daily. You can see we've got kind of a little bit of a double bottom here on a shorter term, again, shorter term perspective. Once we get into this 45, we're going to see how it behaves. And that's another area to kind of keep an eye on, is that $45 price level, because at 45, you got resistance in early December. So stock attempted to get in there. It filled this gap. So we've got that gap right there. And as we get into that 45, we're going to see, is it going to reject this? If it can break through, that's where you could say, hey, this is starting to make its run back to the upside a little bit. So what I'm saying is that right here, this is an early entry right now, kind of before the breakout. And then if you want to wait and you want to be more conservative and cautious because of the market, this could be more of a safer entry play after a breakout of $45. But right now it's more, with the early entry, it's more aggressive. So that's what I would say, is that if you're interested, you're more aggressive, you could start nibbling a little bit, a couple shares, couple contracts, whatever you're doing. And then as it breaks through, you could say, okay, well, now it's a safer bet and breaking through higher levels. Other than that, this stock's been acting weak, so you do have to be a little more mindful and careful that there is a possible, A to B, B to C, C to D pattern that could actually form, and this could tank these stocks. Probably won't go to zero, right? I would guess. I mean, they could get bailed out. Who knows? But you're looking at kind of this as a critical support level right around that $30 level. So, it probably come back, retest. I don't know if the full ABCD pattern will complete and continue going there to the lower levels, because when you really look at just the nastiness of this move, it's pretty significant. So that would mean that this stock could be like a $5 stock or $4 stock. I mean, that would just be absurd, I think, from an airline company perspective. And then we got bigger problems going on. So anyways, so those are a couple of the key levels that I would watch is kind of this, $40, $39 level as support. You're going to watch to see if it gets into the 45. And if it clears the 45, that could be more of a safer bet. If you want to be more aggressive, you could get it before the breakout, but that is, you have the potential of it rejecting at 45. So that's kind of the technical side of things and kind of what I'm looking at. Overall, this trend has been good up until obviously 2019. So if you were looking to kind of cut off about, 6 to 8 years off the purchase price, that's basically around 2013 and 2014's price point of where that stock was. And then it got into that almost $100 price level. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you want to see some other great videos, definitely check out the channel and check out my other secondary channel on Traders Fly, where we talk more about options. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.